Hey everybody, I hope that you're having a great day so far. I left work and I was on my way to my parents' house and I got stopped by what I figured out to be a funeral procession for a fallen police officer who died in Kimberly, Alabama, not too long ago. And, there were just an onslaught of fire trucks and they're still coming now. State patrol, um, cars, ambulances, all, just a lot of stuff. And as I was sitting here and I went and looked up the story, and as I was watching the procession, still watching it, something in my heart, just went out. This man was, expecting a third baby. This man, was, putting his life on the line for, the protection of the citizens of that town. And, we live in a culture right now where a few bad cops have given, the rest of them a bad rep, to the place where it's almost an hatred for law enforcement. But you know what? Watching this and knowing the story, reading up on his story, it's, these men and women get up every day putting their lives on the line for the sake of serving the people. And, regardless of what the media has shown us, regardless of some terrible incidences that have happened and really need to be addressed appropriately by the law, by our judicial system, in spite of that, there are still some good men and women who give their lives to protect, to serve, to be, stakeholders in the community. And, it's sad knowing that this man is not going to go back to his family. I don't know him, but just watching it really does something to know that somebody who got up in the morning, to do his job, was trying to do what was right, is not going to see his third child grow up. That, we ought to pray for those who are in public servitude that, put themselves in the way of danger. Like I said, yeah, we in America have witnessed some treachery as far as law enforcement, and we have to deal with the reality that there are those who use their authority and use that uniform for their own agenda, and it's to abuse power. But y'all, I trust God, and I believe that there are still men and women of God who are police officers. I believe there are men and women of moral compass, of integrity, who really get up, wanting to do their job. And so regardless of how you feel about things that have taken place in America, and there are some things that, when I think about them, they make me angry. When I think about police brutality, because it is a reality, especially against the people of color, it will make you angry. But let me tell you something, just like everybody in the church ain't a hypocrite, everybody riding in the police car, riding in the state trooper's car, is not someone who is corrupt. Everybody who, pulls you over to give you a ticket, and, is not racist. That we have to make sure that we don't get caught up and sucked into the trap that the social media world is just, portraying. It looks portrayed fear, and we operate in fear of one another. There's no way we can operate in the anointing of God, love that He wants us to operate in. And it was just, that was something that just crossed my mind. Even now as I still watch, and there's a lot of them. This procession, it really. Like I said, it did something to me when I read the story and found out that this young man, who is not going to go back home to his wife, not going back to his children, will never see his third child, because he was, protecting, because he was out there in the line of duty. I think about Officer Latasha Clark. Lord, his last name just left me. But anyway, he used to work as a SRO officer at some of the schools that I worked at in Birmingham, Alabama. And, just thinking about that, These men and women get up every day, and put their lives on the line. So let's pray for them, y'all. And not only for them, let's pray for their families. I'm sure it's stressful not knowing whether your loved one is going to come back. Let's pray for one another. Let's pray for them. Like I said, I don't know this officer's name, but let's pray for his family, because and any family who has somebody in public service and their lives were taken away for whatever situation. And yeah, let's pray for all law enforcement. Let's pray that some men and women of God get in these uniforms so the corruption and the brutality can decrease, because like I said, it is a reality, and we got to deal with reality. We have to deal with truth. And we as people of God have a responsibility to pray. And if we know people, there's a young man who goes to our church, very dedicated musician, who is a police officer in Jasper, Alabama. We need to pray. We need to pray, because there are good men and women out there behind these uniforms and behind these badges. And don't let the, wickedness of a few, distort your perception of everybody else. Let's just pray for them, y'all, because they do live a dangerous lifestyle. And I guess that's it. I love you. Be blessed. This evening, we're going to start our new series. We're going to talk about the power of silence. And this is something I'm learning even now. The series is called The Silence of the Lamb. Not like movie, but The Silence of the Lamb. And we're going to take time to learn from Jesus' silence. So, y'all be blessed. Let's pray. And if it's the Lord will, I'll see you around 7 o'clock hour, sometime tonight, if you always will. And then have a great continue to be great in the name of the Lord. And I love you guys. I'll see you later.